So not only is Trump putting like 50% tariffs on all Canadian goods, but he's also threatening to take Lake Ontario from the Canadians and rename it to Lake America. That's not a joke. Granted, he successfully did this to the Gulf of Mexico, renaming it to the Gulf of America. He unsuccessfully did this with the Strait of Hormuz, trying to rename it to the Strait of America because he's a fucking psychopath. But here's what he posted on Truth Social. We'll dive right in. The United States is giving serious consideration to changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America, and that we don't expect to be doing much business with Ontario any longer. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. And then he went ahead and he posted this. Yeah. He is so unbelievably unserious. He is such a fucking scumbag piece of shit. I fucking hate this man so goddamn much. Before we move forward, real quick, hi, how are you? I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. This is real independent media. I tell you this because I've never had a conversation with an advertiser, a sponsor, a billionaire, a PAC, a government, any of that shit. All the money I make is grassroots donations. It is from you, the viewer. So if you want to help support this channel, there's a couple of ways you can. You can help me algorithmically by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and sharing this video with your group chat of dumb fuck idiots. If you want to help me out financially and keep the growth of the OAL media empire, that is the only Americans left, you could buy merch. We got posters, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got all that jazz located down below. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member of the channel for $5. And last but certainly not least, you can become a patron on Patreon by donating $5, $6, $7, whatever you want to donate. It goes a long way and it gives you access to every single video that I have on Patreon. That way you don't need to watch advertisements if you don't have YouTube Premium. Okay, so what I do want to talk about is the reaction from Doug Ford, the Ontario Premier. Now, I do want to stress the fact that Doug Ford is Maple MAGA. This is a Canadian conservative. But at the end of the day, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And Doug Ford came out and he told Trump that he can kiss his ass. And it's really great to watch some politicians stand up to Donald Trump compared to the American politicians who just get on their hands and knees and throat his crunchy orange cock, like Hakeem Jeffries, also known as Apac Shakur, having a fucking meeting with Jared Kushner, the unelected, unappointed son-in-law of the Fuhrer, who is the one negotiating the Iran war and the construction of New Gaza. Fucking hate this shithole that I live in. All right, let's watch.
Well, I can go back and forth with Trump. You know, I'm just not gonna take the bait. This guy's a loser. He's gonna be a loser, and simple as that. We're gonna fight with everything we have. And you know something? I have more courage, more brains in my baby toe than he has in his whole body. So there you go. And I have a lot of real estate on my ass, so he has a lot of room to kiss my ass. So I've dealt with guys like you my whole life. And guess what? You all become losers because you're a loser.
Trump has always been a fucking loser, and a sore loser at that. Even worse, he's a sore winner whenever he gets his fucking way. All right, more from Doug Ford here.
Premier Sean Jeffords, CBC News. I know you haven't had an opportunity to see this, but we were just looking at a very fresh post here from President Trump on Truth Social, taking aim at you personally, taking shots at you, suggesting you should fall in line, that you are a flunky of the Prime Minister. Do you want to respond to these shots? What would you say to the president?
No, I don't respond to a dictator like President Trump.
Democrats, take notes. Oh, there's a fly on the wall. Democratic leadership, take notes. Call the motherfucker what he is, a dictator.
A bully like President Trump, as I said before, he's the type of guy in school that would take your lunch money one day, take your toque off your head the next day, and then steal your running shoes. But I'm not going to take any advice off a guy that's the king of bankruptcies. Yep. And he's actually tariffing his own people, taxing his own people.
Yeah, please don't forget that every time Trump says he's adding tariffs, he means he's taking more money from you, the American taxpayer. Who pays the tariff? There is a correct answer to this. You, the consumer. Every time Trump wages a fucking tariff war in any other country, that means you are paying more.
And I'm going to make sure I communicate through the U.S. media. I'm going to be reaching out to every single governor, every single senator, and every single congressperson. And when it comes to the midterms, I have a message to the Americans. Don't vote in a person that's going to kill your jobs. He ran on creating more jobs. Last time I checked, Jobs went down in the U.S., and Ontario created more jobs. He ran on reducing the cost of living. Last time I checked, food's more expensive down there. Homes are more expensive. And the reason homes are more expensive because he has a tariff on our lumber, which 33% of all homes that are built in the U.S. use Canadian lumber. So I'm not going to take lessons off President Trump. He's the last guy that I would take any lessons off. And it's about Team Canada. We'll see how this goes, but he wants to put pain on Canadians. We'll leverage every bit of pain we possibly can on Americans. And you know what I feel bad for? I've always said I love the American people. I still stand by that statement because there's a lot of people in the U.S. that are calling me saying, way to go, keep going. You know, your own people, President Trump, don't even like you.
Oh, his approval numbers are in I think the high 20s. The high 20s or the low 30s. Like, quite literally nobody supports Trump anymore. We've talked about this before on this channel. You can get around 20% of Americans to vote for anything, to approve anything. You could ask all Americans, be like, is the earth flat? 20% will say yes. You could ask Americans, is the earth actually the pinpoint of a fucking needle that is held by a giant? 20% will say yes. It doesn't matter. So you'll never get below 20% approval for Donald Trump because he has around 20% of the population are actually like baseball chewing retards, and they will support anything and everything he does. They'll let Trump fuck their own wives.
And they're going to speak loud and clear when it comes to the midterms. And if I was allowed to, I'd be down there door knocking.
More.
Nice fun. Up here, red is liberal, blue is conservative. It's opposite down there, just to explain to the people. The red states are Republican, blue are Democrat. But the red states, we're going to hit hard.
Hi, Premier Siobhan.
You hear what he just said? Red states were going to hit hard. Now, that's not him saying he's going to target Republicans. That's him saying, who do you think gets all of the benefits from Canadian trade? Lumber, high-grade nickel, uranium. It all goes to these fucking red states. So the people who are going to suffer the most from Trump's tariff war are his own fucking voters. And this is for you, red hat wearing fucking troglodyte, going, I don't understand. Why the price of all the lumber going up? It's because you're a pedophile Fuhrer that you would let fuck your own daughter. He hates you. You have calluses on your hands. He thinks that's gross. You sweat when you're at work and have to shower. He thinks you're fucking disgusting. He hates you. He's poor, 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 poor. He fucking hates you. Accept that reality. He wants you to die. He doesn't want you to have health care. He wants you to suffer and fucking die.
On Morris, CTV News.
Hi, Siobhan.
I just wanted to sort of figure out your thinking about how you thread this needle with the president taking very specific aim at you in deeply personal ways.
Good.
Well, also, why is that good?
Well, good. He can, something. I've been in this game a lot longer than he has. I got skin on me like an alligator. And you think an insult from him hurts me? Well, bring it on, buddy. I'm ready. Bring it on. You know something? I've dealt with guys like you my whole life. And guess what? You all become losers because you're a loser.
All right, and then the last thing I want to show you is his interview with Wolf Blitzer here. Wolf Blitzer, who was a fucking piece of shit Zionist, but still.
But as you know, President Trump this morning is also taking new shots against Canada. On his social media platform, Truth Social, he posted, and I'm quoting him now, the United States is giving serious consideration to changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America, in that we don't expect to be doing much business with Ontario any longer. And moments ago, he even offered artwork showing the name change. How do you respond to that? And President Trump saying that the U.S. won't be doing much more business with the Ontario province that you represent?
Well, I think it's a lot of rhetoric because we're the number one customer to 17 states, number 2 to 12 others, Ontario alone. If Ontario was just standalone, would be the third largest trading partner in the world. Canada is the number one customer, and we buy a tremendous amount of goods off Americans. 9 million Americans wake up every single morning to produce a product, a widget, or a service for Ontario. But, we're strong believers in being a sovereign country. And when President Trump wants to attack our sovereignty, and attack our businesses and people in Ontario. I can't roll over. My job is to protect Ontario and Canada, and ironically, protecting the American people. President Trump ran on, lowering the cost of goods. Everything's gone up, from homes to fuel. He ran on creating more jobs. Actually, job numbers went down last month, while Ontario gained 52,000 jobs, more than the entire U.S. combined. We have a resilient economy here. We're going to keep going. We're going to continue diversifying the trade, but I feel terrible for the people in the U.S. I always say I love the U.S. I love the American people. But, states like Michigan and Ohio and Texas and Kentucky, the auto states that are manufacturing autos, it's cost the American people and the auto companies $110 billion on these tariffs. We're the number one purchaser of autos off America anywhere in the world, 400% more than anyone. And what's happening now, we're seeing a decrease in Canadians buying American vehicles, which is going to hurt the auto workers. We're the number one customer for steel and aluminum. That's gonna hurt the American people. But I feel that we need to get back to the table and build as I always say, Fortress North America. We're stronger working together rather than attacking each other. It just it doesn't make sense.
In the last hour.
Meanwhile, so Trump attacks all of our allies, especially our number one trade partner like Canada. And at the same fucking time, you know what he does? He tries to align himself with people like Vladimir Putin by sending the director of the CIA, John Ratcliffe, over to have a fucking secret meeting in Moscow. And he tries to strengthen ties with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, cutting joint military operations with South Korea. Why do you think this is? It's because Trump loves dictators, and he fucking hates democracy. He hates it. He hates all democratic societies. He hates the idea of somebody being able to cast a ballot against him. He doesn't believe in it. He doesn't think that you should be allowed to dissent from him. For fuck's sake, they're like rounding up and deporting people who are going to pro-Palestine rallies because he's such a fucking Zionist. Like, the guy does not believe in the right to disagree with leadership. God, it's so fucking disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. Well, at least the one bright side is, things have to get worse before they can get better. And by Trump moving forward with this tariff regime and trying to put sanctions on China and Russia and all this stuff, the only people who are going to genuinely feel the pain of this are me and you. The American population. We're going to be the ones who feel the pain. And the more pain the American feels, the less likely they are to ever support Republicans ever fucking again. The Republican Party needs to be eradicated. Nobody should ever vote Republican again. It should be a laughing stock. It should be a joke. The fact that anybody fucking votes Republican to me is asinine. Asinine! They fucking hate you! They make it so abundantly clear that they only praise the billionaires. They only care about the rich. They only give a fuck about their donors. They despise the working man. They despise the working class. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, Jesus. All right, that's what I've got for you today. If you're here live, you stay. We got to get these videos uploaded. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing. It helps me immensely. And always remember that the Republican Party wants you to suffer and die. Click the video on screen. It's a banger, and I know bangers. How do I end it?